Hi, I'm Jen, and over the past year, I've been on a journey to completely change my life. I've given up alcohol, I've lost over 50 pounds, changed my relationship with my diet and exercise, and pretty much if there's a way to improve my life, or if I think something's gonna improve my life, I'm actively pursuing it. On this venture, I've also grown my social media platforms by sharing my journey, and something I now swear by is doing these monthly reflections. I really think it helps me to reflect on what went well, what went wrong, and make a plan to do even better the next month. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a full reflection and breakdown of how I did in the month of May and sharing what my plans are to do even better in June. So let's get into it. Let's start with my weight loss, my workouts. I started the month at 166.4 and I ended the month at 165.3. So not a huge difference there. I will say, as far as my variation went throughout the month, the highest weight I saw this past month was 167.7 and the lowest weight I saw was 162.4. And the reason I point that out is my highest weight throughout the month is a number that even 3 months ago, I was so excited to get to. So my ceilings are lower and lower, and my low weight is the lowest weight I've seen in many, many years. So I'm continuing to see a lot of progress there. I did do a 30-day challenge during the end of April through most of May where I was weighing myself daily. I don't think it's something I'm going to continue doing. I think I'm going to go back to weighing myself a few times throughout the week. I weigh myself every Sunday without fail, and then typically 1 or 2 other times throughout the week that I just randomly decide. For workouts, I had set as part of the 30-day challenge a 1-hour daily workout minimum, and then I also set for the month of May a goal of working out 30 hours. I added up all the workouts I did according to my Apple Watch, which I swear by, and I actually worked out for 38 hours in the month of May. So I absolutely crushed that goal. I did fall back on a lot of walking workouts. I went on a lot of walks with my dog Hank outside. And I also walked a lot inside on my walking pad, but I did still do at least one weight training workout every week. Weight training is something I've gotten more into this year and something I want to continue pushing myself on. For my nutrition, I am drinking a gallon of water a day. I drink a lot of water. This is something that really improved when I did 75 hard. And honestly, it's just something I've stuck with. I feel like I'm always drinking liquids, whether it's coffee, water, pop, Canada Dry, whatever it is. I drink a lot throughout the day. So the gallon of water isn't a huge issue for me. Something that I did make a focus during my 30-day challenge was trying to get in 100 grams of protein daily. This was tough for me in the beginning. It's something that's definitely getting easier over time, but I didn't realize how little of protein I must have been getting in pre-challenge until I started actually tracking it and having issues getting to 100 grams. The biggest lifesaver for me has been adding protein powder into my coffee. I have tried a few different protein powders now, and Clean Simple Eats is by far my favorite. I've also been looking for other ways as well, like adding chicken into my salad kits, and protein is something I want to continue focusing on moving forward because I do think it's very important, and I do notice I'm less hungry when I focus more on my protein each day. As far as like eating out versus eating at home goes, I do think I had a very good balance this past month. I mean, I love eating out, but it's not as easy, in my opinion, to eat healthy when you're eating out and you don't know what all is going into the food. So I do think I had a pretty healthy balance with being able to enjoy meals out with friends and family and still doing most of my meals at home. Reading is something I've gotten really into over the past year. I just think it's so good to continue growing your knowledge, learning new things, and I've really been trying to read more this year than I have in the past. I'd set a goal for this year of finishing 12 books, and during the month of May, I finished book number 5, which was The Psychology of Money. It was a very quick and very easy read. I am interested in money and different tactics regarding just how to be financially smart, what to do with your assets and your capital, and I really liked it. I thought it was a good book and an easy read. I've started book number 6, which is Matthew Perry's Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. It talks a lot about his journey with alcohol. I will say I've gotten into a little bit of a reading funk. Like I haven't read like 5 or 6 days now. I'm near the end. I need to just push through and finish the book because I don't want to abandon it altogether. But I really want to start my next book, which is going to be The Miracle Morning. So I need to just kind of push through this funk that I'm in and finish this book. For family and social life, I like to reflect on this because I definitely think my friends and my family kind of took a hit as far as the attention I was giving them when I initially started my weight loss and self-improvement journey. It's just that I have a lot going on, and that's kind of an area I let slip. So I want to be very intentional on not doing that because relationships are so important. This past month, my husband was gone most of the month for a work trip, but I had so many amazing times and experiences with my friends and with my family. It was Mother's Day. It was my sister's 30th birthday. My brother started his internship. So I got to see my family a lot. I also went out to dinner with my grandma, which was really nice. And then for friends, I did so many phone calls with friends this past month. I mean, I yap for a living and I'll just never get bored of it. It was really nice to reconnect with friends and always great to see family. Regarding my sobriety, I have been sober for over 10 months now. Typically, the trip where my husband leaves is a time where I'll drink a lot more just because I feel like I get kind of sad. It's just something I fall back on. And I did not have any temptation to drink while he was gone. I really was just so busy and I had so many things I was trying to do and accomplish that I didn't have time for alcohol. So that is a huge win and something I was very, very happy about. For social media, I've been taking my social media channels way more seriously this year. I put a ton of time and effort into it. I'm talking nearly 20 hours a week is what I'm averaging putting towards my social media platforms. And in the month of May, I grew by 2,800 subscribers on YouTube and about 600 on TikTok, which is insane. If you guys don't follow me on TikTok, be sure to follow me over there as well. My handle is at the Jennifer Madison, so the same as here. And I actually told myself once I hit 10K on TikTok, I'm going to officially create and launch an Instagram as well. I get a lot of questions about if I have an Instagram. I don't yet, but once I hit 10K on TikTok, I told myself I need to make an Instagram since I get a lot of questions for that. I did have some social media related goals for the month of May, one of which was to do 8 YouTube videos. I actually did 9, so very proud of myself there. The other goal I had relating to social media was to post 40 TikToks. I was posting daily TikToks as part of the 30-day challenge I did, but I only posted 31 TikToks. So I did not get to cross that one off, but I'm still proud with the amount of times that I did post. For work, I do work a corporate 9-to-5 job. I'm in sales, and this was the first month of the year that I did not have a single new deal. So that was a bummer. I was very close multiple times, and I just couldn't get anyone to the finish line. So that's okay. I will say on the plus side, I'd set a goal for the month of May of making 450 cold calls. That is more than what we're expected to make. And not only did I hit that goal, I made 470 cold calls. So I crushed my goal and I was so happy about it. And also happy because in my one-on-one that I have with my manager, he actually called out how high my activity has been, which just means how many calls and emails I was sending. And so I got a shout out there, which was great as well to know that my hard work has been getting noticed. For decluttering, this year I've really done a huge push to declutter my house, my wardrobe, just to try to simplify and minimize how many things are in my home. I still have more belongings than I need, but I definitely feel like I'm kind of taking my foot off the gas when it comes to my decluttering goals. Initially is the easiest because you have so much stuff to get rid of, and over time it should become much harder as you're getting rid of stuff already and not replacing those items. So I did have a goal for the month of May related to decluttering, which was just to list 20 more articles of clothing on Poshmark. I listed exactly 20 on the last day of May. I still had 10 to list, and I was like, I cannot go to bed till I list this. I'm not missing this goal. I did sell a few things on Poshmark this past month, but again, things are just kind of slowing down a little bit there. So at least for the month of June, I'm not going to make any goals related to this. And I'm just going to try to continue selling the things that are already listed on Poshmark. And if I see things that I see I can get rid of, I'll just get rid of them, but I'm not having any like metrics set towards it this month. I've mentioned it a few times already, but I did do a 30-day challenge recently. I don't want to talk about it too much in this video because I have posted a whole video just reflecting on my 30-day challenge. So if you want to see my thoughts there, I'll link the video above and you can go ahead and watch that. So next, let's break down everything I spent on my credit card in the month of May. I do pay off my credit cards every month. This is just anything kind of miscellaneous, food, clothes, stuff like that. I don't include in my expense breakdown here like my mortgage or my like utility bills and stuff. But as far as what went on my credit card from highest expenses to lowest, here is my spending breakdown for May. Number one, the highest category for spending was on groceries. I spent $274.58 on groceries this past month. My second highest category was actually just an order from Clean Simple Eats, the protein powder that I'm loving. They did have a little sale around Memorial Day and I spent $119.46 on the sale, getting 2 big bags of protein powder and a 10 pack of like single serve proteins. My third highest category was gas at $93.27. I have a 3-hour round trip commute for work, so I typically spend a lot more on gas, but I worked from home for a little over 2 weeks while my husband was gone. So I got to save a little bit on gas this month, which was awesome. Category number 4 was restaurants at $81.38. This was a little bit higher than usual. I feel like I'm usually closer to $50 on restaurants, mainly because my husband is the one spending at restaurants, but he wasn't here, so I was spending at restaurants, and I did also take my grandma out to eat one day. My next highest category was subscriptions and apps. Now, typically this category is lower, but I had an app that is a tracking app that I like to use that renewed that made this category $50.07. The 3 subscriptions I have are YouTube Premium, which I love. It's the best expense. I will gladly pay the $15 a month. I have Adobe, which I use for like my thumbnails and stuff. And then I have Apple Storage for $2.99. And then the app was like 21 bucks that renewed. So higher than usual. My next highest category was new clothes, which was $37.09. I actually bought 2 shirts from Skims and I returned one of them. So just one new shirt that I purchased this month. My next category was coffee at $24.88. I got coffee out 5 separate times through either Dunkin' or Starbucks. I'm a Dunkin' girl and it's way cheaper, but there's more Starbucks around me. Typically I'll go to Dunkin' if I'm like around my office. I just love a store-bought iced coffee. There's something about it that I just can't seem to replicate at home. And my last category is miscellaneous. It's snacks and then a toll that I got charged, and that was $11.25 in total. This makes my grand total for credit card spend $691.98 this past month. Now, I did set a goal for the month of May of spending less than $600 on my credit cards, so I did not hit this. If I hadn't done the Clean Simple Eats, I would have hit it, but I was not about to miss out on that sale. So overall, I'm pretty happy with my spending. So next, let's go over the goals I have set for the month of June. For June, I have some similar goals and some new goals. So starting off, I'm setting the goal of posting 8 YouTube videos. I have made this my goal now either 3 or 4 months in a row. It's just enough that it's challenging for me, but I want to still hit it just to make sure I'm not slipping with the content I'm posting. I also have a goal that I'm setting to do 12 YouTube shorts. That is a lot of YouTube shorts, but I figured I could just be repurposing my best content from TikTok and sharing it over with my YouTube audience as well, for those that don't have both platforms. But for those that do, I do have a third goal that's to hit 10K on TikTok. So once again, I'm just shameless. Follow me over on TikTok as well. For my exercise and fitness goals, I actually have 2 this month. One is to do 10 weightlifting workouts. I am doing at least 1 weightlifting workout every single week, but I don't think I've been pushing myself as hard with just challenging myself with different workouts. So I thought 10 would be really challenging. I mean, that's 1 every 3 days that I'm having to do. And right now while I'm recording this video, I'm so sore from yesterday. So it is something that I need to have some recovery time built in for. And I think 10 will be doable, but challenging. My next goal is to go lap swimming. There's 2 pools that are within a pretty close driving distance of me. One that's outdoors that just opened for the season. One that's indoors that I've always wanted to go to and just never have. I think I'm an extroverted person, but the idea of going for the first time makes me a little nervous. So I've always wanted to go and just swim laps. I love swimming. It's one of my favorite things ever. So I'm like, if I make it a goal and I speak it out into the universe, I have to do it. I have to, put in a conscious effort. I have no excuse not to just go one time. Like, that's not that hard of a goal. I just have to do it. And then my 6th goal that I set is that I can only purchase up to 2 new clothing items. I have 2 weddings I'm going to this month, and I have lost a pretty substantial amount of weight, and I don't think I have dresses I feel super comfortable in my closet. So I'm allowing myself up to 2 items specifically for these weddings. So probably going to be 2 new dresses, and I'm very excited to go shopping for them. All right, so that is my reflection for the month of May and my plan for the month of June. I hope you like this video. If you do, please, please, please hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. I have just been loving the self-improvement journey I'm on. I'm feeling so inspired. I'm always looking for new ways to challenge myself, to improve, to add protein, to add weightlifting, whatever it is. So if that kind of content motivates you, please hit the subscribe button. I post weekly vlogs every single Monday at noon Eastern time. And pretty much every week I post a second video as well with similar content around the self-improvement, wellness, weight loss journey. So if you're interested, please hit subscribe. I'd love to have you. And I will see you guys very soon. Bye.